Hiya, pals. Hi, pals, and welcome to the Disneyland Paris Show. Here's your hosts, Lucy, Chris, and Hugh. Gosh. And now, Disneyland Paris News. Halloween party.
Make it pink.
Disney turns 100.
Rainforest protests.
Welcome, foolish mortals.
I wanted to see who was the first to crack then.
That was horrifying.
What? Having your eyes closed when when the stream started?
My buttons aren't working, so the whole illusion's been lost because I had to do clever stuff in the background. Oh, that was fun.
Oh, well.
And you're not sufficiently slumped, Chris.
No, I can see that, I know. It's because I was having to reach forward.
You seem dejected.
I am a little, because it was all going to go so good. It was going to be brilliant, and then I had to go and spoil it.
People who are listening and not watching, what Chris is referring to is we have got a rather special YouTube backdrop today. We are trying to do the grim grinning ghosts on our plinths, but Chris had to have a little wiggle around in order to... Hello, Mr. Thing. How are you doing?
We were trying to remember if we did this last year, because we did it on the classic show, didn't we? When we did Muppets,
Yes.
Haunted Mansion, but we were trying to remember if we did this on the other show, on this show.
But we have the background, though.
We must have
with
done.
Disneyland Paris.
We must have done.
So it makes us,
Yeah.
it makes me think we might have done.
Okay, so we've got some news and things to talk about today. When we have finished with the news, I think we're planning on a little bit of a virtual park day with a Halloweeny twist for you all. But we have got some people in the chat who have actually been to the Halloween party, actually at actual Disneyland Paris. Ooh. So we're going to be talking about that. There's another one tomorrow night, so some of you might still be planning on going. But I'm hoping the people who've been can help us out in the chat and tell us what it was actually like.
Speaking of them's in the chat, do we want to say hello?
Let's
I think
do
we
that.
do.
Who are they?
Try not to spoil the illusion.
All aboard, please.
Today in the chat, we have, first in the chat was Anne. Congratulations, Anne. And well done to you for being the first. Claire says she can't join. She's typing this from a dressing room. Ooh, fancy. But wish you all a great show and can't wait to watch tomorrow. Thanks, Claire. John says, evening all. Break a leg, Claire.
Evening, John.
We've got Elle's here and Daisy. Scottish Claire. Sam is here and Aaron, who says walking the dog, then painting a shirt with black stripes for a Beetlejuice costume.
Ooh.
So won't be super active on the chat. Pauline's here, plus Mark with a K and Mark with a Q. Mark says he's been he's tuning in from Paris after a very busy Halloween party. Joanne is here, and also we have David and Cheryl and Emma and Magical by Sarah and Emily, and we're nearly done. Who is Nate and Wits Wanderlust?
Well.
And that's all of y'all.
I think we might try and go to the Halloween party next year. Because we had said going at Halloween was like our next want, didn't we? And I think it might be more convenient next year.
I think you should.
Yes.
Interestingly, I had a call from my sister-in-law on Saturday. No, on Monday last week, sorry. And she wanted to know a lot more details about DLP because they want to go. So they're going to go and take their twins and their older daughter.
3 little girls.
Yeah, and they're talking about going in October, half term. So you might be there at the same time. You never know.
That would be
It
good.
was great. It was such a good conversation because it got me all excited about DLP again. Not that I'm not always, obviously. I am always, but
Constantly excited.
Constantly.
It's when you start going, oh, you should go see that. Oh, they'll love that. Oh, it'll be amazing. I get the same every time I
Can we
tell
come
anyone else.
with you?
Yeah, every time. Well, I tried to explain to my 74-year-old mother yesterday about creating a My Disney Experience account and then downloading the app and then registering her ticket so that she could book her park reservations to Walt Disney World, and then realised the true horror of what Chapek has done to us all. So that's not going to go well.
Bob Chapek was interviewed recently and said that the current system guarantees the best guest experience.
Bold words, Bob.
Guarantees
words.
is a risky thing for someone like that to say. But then as someone pointed out, how many park reservations is he making?
Exactly.
You know?
I think they'll probably always let him in, won't they?
You were, yeah. Yeah. Sorry, we're full.
Right. Shall we
Look at drinks.
You gotta let me and I own the place.
Hey, ole, it's showtime. All together. Your tiki cup in your tiki cup. Well, you made yourself a beverage. Now drink it up from your tiki cup.
Well, we've got some spooky mugs on the go today. We've got the Halloween tumblers out, the ones that cut your lips. Chris has a pumpkin. I have a skull. I'm having blackcurrant, but today I'm going to be putting some of the famous Manchester Drinks Company spiced rum in there. Spiced, roasted pineapple spiced rum.
I think that label needed to get a bit higher. Woohoo!
Yeah. Hashtag not sponsored.
I feel a bit like Zippy doing this.
Does anyone want any spiced rum?
No, thank you, my dear. but
Lucy's got a cauldron.
I do.
Ooh.
I've got a potion.
Mm-hmm.
This is wicked, is this cup? It cuts your lip while you're drinking.
I thought you
Yeah,
were
yeah.
drinking Blue Wicked a la 2002 then.
We've got these cheap cups that the lip ever so slightly folds inwards, so there's like a really thin inner rim which catches your lips when you drink.
It's all right, though, once you get used to it.
Yeah. Do you know what?
You don't even notice
It makes me
the pain.
nostalgic for Halloween whenever I experience it. I'm like, oh, I remember this.
Do they do sell Blue Wicked? This is me just asking the kids. Do people still drink Blue Wicked? Because to me that belongs in a very specific era of
They still
time.
sell it.
Wow. And Smirnoff Ice?
Blue
That's
Wicked
still
and
going?
Port.
Yeah.
Cheeky Vimto. Blue
Really?
Wicked and Port, yeah.
What I don't like about Wicked is there's no sort of there's no iconography that's aspirational. It's just a name on a bottle. Whereas this has palm trees on it and a treasure chest. That's what I want out of life.
That's what all the people going out to drink on a fiver want, isn't
I don't
it?
want a W, a K, and a D on a bottle and nothing else. I want to be inspired to go places.
It's not
Well,
wicked
and
at
not-
all.
I'm going to inspire you to go somewhere now.
The news.
Because we're going to talk
news.
about the Halloween party at Disneyland Paris.
The one we haven't been to.
Oh, man, I've seen some photos and videos.
This
today.
looks
Whoa.
amazing. Yeah. I've just been... I
Mark
didn't
Riley's
watch the
been.
videos. Pixiedust.be have got them all up. I saw them on my news feed on YouTube, but we haven't watched them. Been going on Twitter. So I'm just going to give you some random things that I've seen on Twitter, basically. But if anyone wants to add anything else that they've seen, or you want to add things you've seen, then all the best. First of all, Kronk and Yzma were doing a show in Videopolis. Yzma's Evil Plans.
Videopolis.
And they were face characters for the first. Well, I don't want to say it's the first time. It might not be. But whenever I've seen them before, they've been big kids.
Yeah, big Eads.
Big kid.
Real faces. Wow.
I like that impression. Can I go out on a date with Kronk one time? Can you do that all night and sweet talk me
Cusco's poison. Poison for Cusco.
and feed me?
Yeah. I'd feed you.
Well, it's all about his spinach puffs, isn't he?
Oh.
Oh no, spinach puffs. Anyway, I try. Boba Fett was on the roof of the starport. Did you see
Boba
this?
Fett? Where?
Up there. Did you see it?
That was a quote from Return of the Jedi.
I know. So Boba Fett was there, but
Where?
you know where they meet Darth Vader? That's called the Starport, and it's kind of a circular building.
Yeah.
He was kind of parading around with his blaster on top of there.
It's about time.
Looking all threatening.
Oh, that's
It
good.
was a good place to
I
put
tell you,
him.
I've dressed up as Boba Fett twice. Once in a homemade costume. I won £50 in the first year of uni in a Halloween competition, and I really needed the money, so it was a lifesaver. And I was at a Star Wars exhibition exhibiting some artwork, and they had a big party, and the Boba Fett dropped out at the last minute, and I was the right size, and I wore it for the entire party. And both times I've done it, you feel so cool.
It is a cool boy costume.
You get into character. There's probably a video of it on my YouTube channel. If you look up Hugh Rain and Star Wars, you might be able to find that.
Very good. Yeah. And I've 1 second because my iPad is frozen.
She lost it.
There we go. The castle was oozing slime. Now this was just a lighting and projection feature, trick. What am I trying to say? Effect. But it did look very realistic, as if there was green slime like trickling down the side of it for the whole time. So that looked cool. Melanie Ravenswood and the mayor of Thunder Mesa and his wife were mingling. They were floating around. I don't think they were floating.
With a candlestick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And these are good. This is what's made me say I think we're going to go to the Halloween party next year, because these are good. They're not just knocking out, Captain Hook to do some meet and greets, knock out Maleficent, stuff like that. These are really unique characters put in unique places. And
Oogie Boogie was there.
He was up by Cowboy Cookout. He's good.
Whoa.
It's when they put them like, you know what I mean? Really site-specific characters just doing their thing. I just love it. They have projections on Phantom Manor. This isn't new, is it? But just like ghosts and ghouls flying all over Phantom Manor. The problem with that is they have to build special AV towers just for the party, and it looks a bit rubbish. Well, it doesn't look rubbish because it's Disney and they do it really well, and they clad it in all stuff.
Oh, like the Frontierland boxes that appeared, you mean?
Yeah. So I'd like to say, they should have that going all the time. That looks really good. But you can see why they don't. But it's good for a party. It's good to go there and see it. Now, that's just the tip of the iceberg, but that's what I got listed from things I saw off Twitter. Does anyone else want to enthuse about things they've seen?
They had everyone was on Main Street, and at midnight, all the lights and everything all changed, and there was like stuff happening, and it was really misty and pretty down.
Do you know what we did today? We went to, I don't think I should name them because it's a bit mean what I'm about to say, but we went out. We had a lovely autumnal walk that was kind of spoiled by this. It was a themed walk we were doing, and
a skeleton trail.
The skeleton scenes that they set up were pretty naff, and they were just detracting from what would have been a lovely walk in the woods.
Did you go to Lotherton Hall?
Yeah.
I was just guessing. I've not done their skeleton walk for probably 6 or 7 years, and I don't believe they will have changed it even slightly.
No. Well, we did it a couple of years ago, and I was led to believe that they had changed it, and we were disappointed. And Bonnie, actually, she's a very polite girl usually, but she used the phrase, same old today.
We went to one. We went to a trail today, like a Halloween trail, at our local community green. And it was just at 5 o'clock tonight. We just wandered down, paid £2 per kid, and they had loads of different activities that you could do on this little trail as you walked around. And there was a bit of a treasure hunt. You had to find the letters Halloween in the different things. And
we should have done that.
It was simple. We were there for half an hour. We gave them some money and left. It was great though, really, really good.
That sounds good.
We had a nice time. It's just the thing that we were there for specifically was spoiling an otherwise nice walk. Community Green would be a good name, don't you think?
Hi, Community Green.
Be a weird name, but it would be a good name. Can I just say, before I forget, that Chris is joining us and says, just wondering if you can give us a big shout out. We will be going on our first trip to DLP next Sunday with our twins, Katie and Bailey, that are almost 3. Is that when we first took Bonnie?
That's the best age. Almost 3 is when we first took Bonnie.
Katie and Bailey are going to love it.
They are, and you're going to love them loving it as well. And you're also going to love it. So what you're going to have...
And you're going to love us for giving you a shout out.
You're going to have a full, I don't know how long you go for, 5 days of just everyone loving each other and loving it and loving life and loving Disneyland Paris. It's going to be great. You'll like it. Mark Riley just kind of reiterated what you said, Chris. He said, from midnight, Main Street turned into what was basically Disney's Upside Down.
Oh, and Nina
Very
as well,
effective.
Chris says. Nina is also going. So hi, Nina, Chris.
Hi, Nina.
Katie and Bailey.
Mark, am I loud enough for you now? The thing is, normally I stand this close to my microphone, but for effect, I had moved my microphone down here, so it wasn't quite reaching me quite in the same way as it normally does. But I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll knock myself up a bit, and hopefully he'll be all right.
161 days for voiceover guy Harris. Right.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm distracted. Anyone want to tell me anything else about this Halloween party except for how cool it looked? Well, you can tell me how cool it looked if you want.
Queues were very long for meet and greets.
Oh, were they?
That's the thing that I've read the most of was people saying that they were waiting 2 hours for a meet and greet.
This
which
is
pretty much
really-
takes up an awful lot of your party, doesn't it?
It does for the price you pay. Now, this is a thing for Halloween parties, Christmas parties, but also when they've done like the when they've done the AP events, or when they did, what was that thing that they briefly did and then we never heard anything about it again? Fan days. Do you remember fan days? And they do stuff like this is they bring out all these really rare characters and all your character nuts buy the tickets and everybody gets in line for these characters that all you do for paying 150 euros or however much it is you manage to meet 2 characters. And it's a real kind of catch-22 situation, you know what I mean? You buy the tickets for the characters, but the characters are so popular that that's all you do.
Yeah.
I'm willing to say that I probably wouldn't choose to meet characters at a Halloween event.
Not unless you happen to go by and the queue was decent.
Yeah, I'd probably look for all the characters so I could stand near them and go, look at it's Melanie Ravenswood, look it's Yzma, but I wouldn't bother queuing for the photo because that seems like a total waste of money. Not a total waste. It depends what your priorities are.
Thank you, Mark Riley, for mentioning Skull Rock. I completely forgotten about that. They had projection back, but also there were zombie pirates lurking in Skull Rock, scaring the hell out of everybody. Ollie would have hated that. Ollie didn't like Skull Rock because he found it too scary as it was.
Really?
Yeah. He really
Bonnie
did not
is the
like it.
same. She doesn't like to go down into the caves where there's a skeleton at the bottom. She's not into that.
No.
No.
Yeah.
It's good though. Right.
Aaron's going in 11 days.
So exciting. Are you going to get Christmas then, Aaron? I think you are, aren't you? Just.
Probably.
Yeah. I think so.
Early Christmas.
Right. Oh, that's all very, very exciting.
Yeah, but I'm the same. I'm not a character meet person. Just not for me. So I'd be all right because I'd be doing everything else at the Halloween event.
That's it. I
can totally understand. It's a big part of these events, isn't it? The meets.
There's also a lot of people who collect character photos the way that other people collect Pokemon cards. And it's like they're ticking people off the list and that they've never had a photo with Oogie Boogie. And so it's an absolute must-do that they'll do that. They'll travel across the Atlantic and queue up for 2 hours and get a hard ticket just so they can get a photo with Oogie Boogie. And I do understand that because if that's your thing, it's the kind of thing that I would end up getting into and be exactly the same because I'm a bit of a completist with those kind of things. Luckily, it's not because it could get very expensive if it did. But it's just it's where your priorities are. But I'd be entertainment. I think I'd go out of my way for entertainment, snacks. But it'd be there after hours and doing the stuff like the roaming characters and stuff. That's where I'd be, I think. Standing on Main Street.
Just a quick response to Guy in the chat. He said he sent a trip report through. I can't find it, so I'm not sure whether I've received it or not. Do you want to message me on Facebook or Instagram, and we'll hunt it out and we'll find it and make sure we get it done. I have. Sorry to interrupt with totally irrelevant stuff.
Yeah, this was Guy who was taken as a child with allergies.
Yeah, I'm sure I'd seen something, but I can't see it now. But I'll have a look and see if I can find it. It must be about somewhere.
Because initially we said, "Oh, Guy, it'll be fine. It's Disney. Don't worry about it." And then people got in touch and said, "We've gone and it's not great." So we kind of we retracted that a little and said, actually we're a bit hasty there. Sounds like it's not all that. So I'll be interested to know. and how that went. But if we can't find
I'll
it today,
have a check, but
yeah,
maybe
we'll,
resend to me, Guy, if you can. But with a couple of other trip reports, we won't do them this week because we're going to have a virtual party, aren't we?
yeah.
Pauline says the characters would be a reason for me to go, but not specifically pay for the ticket. Maybe in a few years when the little man is about 13 and he can stay up later, we will go.
I wouldn't do this with the kids personally, with my kids, because they wouldn't enjoy it enough. So if we were going to do it, we'd have to have somewhere to put them for the night, I think.
What about, because they do it on the 29th and the 31st, we all go together.
Oh.
And then we have your kids one night and you have ours the other night.
That could work, couldn't it?
That could work. Or just Becky and Dan can have them.
All of them, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
a couple more kids isn't going to make a difference to them.
They've got
already
three.
three.
I think once they've got three, you lose count, don't you? It really doesn't make a difference how many are squeezed in a bed.
No, that'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make it pink. Right, this is a new colour range. You know they have the Wishes Do Come True blue or whatever it's called.
Do they?
And potion purple.
Is this a girl thing?
Yeah, and they keep having colour ranges of merchandise.
Oh, merchandise, not clothes.
No.
Right, okay.
So makeup, I don't know. They all have these different snappy names, and the rose gold was the first one that got everyone, and then they've done it
He's
since.
a lucky fella, yella.
Like that.
Yeah. Well, now they've got this Make It Pink range, and it's kind of a fluffy, fleecy, powdery pink range. It looks quite cool, but it's got little spots on. So you can get fluffy pink ears, spirit jerseys with fluffy spots on, and a lounge fly with a fluffy front pocket and fluffy ears. It will be exclusively in the Storybook store for AP holders on November the 9th and 10th, and then it'll be open to the general public on the 11th. I suspect it will also go on Shop Disney. Whether it will go on Shop Disney on the 11th or if it'll take a couple more weeks, I don't know. But these things do tend to make it there in the end. By the way, I always say with lounge flies, it has to be a special one, and I don't just collect lounge flies willy-nilly. I've seen 2 on Shop Disney at the moment that I think might meet my criteria for specialness. And surprisingly, one of them is a Big Thunder lounge fly. And Big Thunder's not even my favourite ride, but I do like the aesthetic, and it's kind of got a bandana feel to it, which is good. There you go. Just saying. Right, that's all I had to say on that. But Disney is turning 100. Did you know this?
Yes, because I'm doing the greetings cards.
Are you?
Yes.
Do you have loads of like secret style guides that you can't talk about?
Yep. I won't tell you anything.
Excellent.
I can
Good.
tell you. No, I can't tell you that either.
Don't tell us anything.
The joys of working with Disney stuff. I can't tell you anything.
Is it a greetings card for people who work at Disney or for people who want to buy a Disney 100 birthday card? That seems like a strange thing to want to buy for someone, isn't it?
It's just a generic.
For 100 people who are 100 years old.
It's just a celebration of the 100 years. So it's everything.
Okay.
It's a range.
It's very-
Is it a range?
It's a broad brief. It's loads of ranges.
It's loads of
It's
ranges.
a wide range. Well,
I've said too much.
White. Right. I just said white. Right.
JPEG's going to come smashing in through the skylight.
I'm not worried about Chapek. I'm worried about your immediate bosses going, what are you doing this podcast for? Telling them all about our Disney.
Well, do you know what? As you can all attest, I don't give anything away.
No.
no, you don't.
It's
Because-
like I don't work with Disney.
Can I just demonstrate how little he gives away? We are both massive. Well, all three of us are, but me and Hugh live together.
Do you?
He lives in the garage.
The
wing. The
I have
other
a
wing.
sizable wing.
Sizable wing. But we're both massive Star Wars fans, and in the run up to what's the last one called? The Last Jedi.
No, Rise of Skywalker.
Rise of Skywalker coming out. We were watching every viral kind of breakdown, guessing video. We'd watch them all the time, and Hugh would sit next to me and we'd watch these videos, didn't say a word. And then eventually, after like a year of watching all these, everyone guessing what might happen video, a bunch of pictures got leaked.
There was an artwork, and people thought it was fan art because C-3PO was carrying Chewie's crossbow, and people were analysing it. There was whole like episodes of YouTube channels dedicated to it, saying, you know, we think it's fan art. If it's not fan art, what is it? You know, this and that.
And
I
Hugh
was like,
went, "That's my style guide." And I
well,
was like, what?
no, it was something that I'd taken that artwork and slapped it on a card and put some foil on it about 4 months earlier.
Yeah.
But I couldn't say anything.
But it wasn't just that, though. There was a whole collection of images that all came out at the same time. And it was basically the style guide that you'd been working from.
Yeah.
And so everyone was debating things. And Hugh went, no, they're wrong. I know they're wrong. Because they give them like little biographies so you don't end up putting Kylo Ren on the same
I don't know
card
everything,
as
though.
stuff.
There's only so much you can glean from the style guides, but it's kind of a shame
But you
sometimes
knew more
because
than they did.
I don't want to know anything. And then you get these style guides 6 months before the film comes out, and you know, you're seeing things you don't want to see.
But what I'm trying to say is, even as husband and wife, and even the fact that we talked about Star Wars all the time, he never even glimmered that he had seen any of this. And then all of us, I was so impressed, but also
It
like,
just sounds like one big disclaimer for if my boss is watching.
no, yeah, but he keeps a good secret. Is
Thank
what I'm
you,
saying.
Guy, for a super chat.
Yes, thank you, Guy.
Again.
Thank you, Guy.
And I can confirm, Guy, that having just checked the email, you have re-emailed it, and I have now got your trip report in receipt.
Yep.
So we'll bang it into probably the next show, possibly the one after. Depends where we're up to.
I'll make a
and
note.
what's happening, but yes, it'll be one that's there to go. Yeah, thank you for your kind comments as well.
Oh, Mark Riley's just confirming that they had Stormtroopers and Darth Vader as well as Boba Fett appear on the Star Traders roof under the X-Wing.
And Chewie was doing a meet and greet, I think.
Oh, very good. Right, okay, sorry. So Disney's turning 100. That's next year, and it's 100 years of the Disney Corporation, yes?
Do you know who else is turning? Oh, no, not 100, but on Tuesday, it's Anne F's birthday, and she's asked for a shout-out, so I'm just
Do
gonna do that as well.
Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
That's very disturbing, Chris.
It wasn't me. I don't know what you're talking
Sorry,
about.
thing. Stop that thing. Right, so the Disney Corporation is turning 100 years old next year. And a big celebration starts on New Year's Eve. This is at Disneyland Paris and culminates in events in the park on the 16th of October. That's as much as we know, events in the park. But it will be a celebration that lasts 10 months at least that we know of. This was released in all this information was released in a big European launch night at Banking House in London. And I think that was Friday night. It looked really good. Banking House is the house that they filmed Mary Poppins Returns in when they do Cavalry's not a book, so I can read it up and take a look and that one, yeah. So, and they had loads of characters out giving big performances. It looked a really good event. But what we learned there was, in addition to the exciting things that are going to be going on in Disneyland Paris, we didn't learn a lot about that, but we just learned there will be exciting things in Disneyland Paris. There is also going to be Disney's Wonder of Friendship, which is a multi-sensory experience coming to the UK.
Wonder of Friendship.
Yeah. UK, Germany, France and Spain. Locations within the UK, Germany, France and Spain. And it's an installation across 4 rooms.
Across the nation.
With like multi-sensory experiences and exhibitions and stuff. It sounds a little bit like, in Leeds we have something called Light Night, where...
Well, different cities do Light Night.
Yeah. And but also I'm thinking, because it's kind of these pop-up things, the way that the Crystal Maze experience tours as well. You know, it's going to be an installation somewhere, and there's 4 rooms.
An expo.
And, yeah, and I think you have to book. I think it's like a private experience when you do it. I think I might be wrong about this, But you can just travel through these 4 rooms. So you kind of book an experience.
And wonder at friendship.
It's launching in Germany, I believe, in April, and it's coming to the UK in autumn of 2023.
Wunderbar.
So watch this space. That could be worthy of a group trip to London for.
Oh yeah.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. In addition to that, they've also got Disney 100 in concert, which is a music concert.
It's
Isn't
nearly
it?
Sold out everywhere already.
Oh, because we were going to book to see that as
It's
well.
selling
weren't
very
we?
well. Yeah, we thought we might go on to the one in Leeds. It is the day that we get back from our holiday, but we get back early, late morning, I think. So strictly speaking, it shouldn't be too much of a stretch for us. So we're still thinking we might do that. But we'll let's have a chat off air and see what we can figure out.
Well,
Okay.
let's do it and book it now.
Yeah.
In silence, just looking at our phones.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Done.
So I can already sense this is something we're going to end up talking about a lot. There's going to be a lot more details come out about what's happening in Paris and what the, what's happening on the 16th of October. It's going to be worldwide as well. All the Disney parks are going to be celebrating in their own different ways. So watch this space. But yeah, launch night on Friday night, and it looked proper beau. Oh, Magical by Sarah's got tickets for
Everyone's
Liverpool.
got tickets. You see, I'm going to feel like we've missed out if we don't. Right, just wait a few minutes while we just book it, okay?
We should.
When
That
I
should
said-
be our EMT.
When I said it was nearly sold out, that's a lie. It's not nearly sold out at all. It's just that affordable tickets are right at the back of everywhere, and they're very limited. And then there's a massive jump from the 37. So £37 tickets, anybody? 37? To suddenly jumping up to like 150, 250 quid. So
Yeah.
if we want to do it, we need to get in soon and do it.
Yeah.
Oh, how the other half live.
I know. Right. Let me look at the last thing. Oh, this is just a little thing. Just never surprised our French friends. There were protests outside. They were picketing the Rainforest Cafe, basically. And this was employees of the Rainforest Cafe were protesting working conditions. So the restaurant was closed due to lack of staff.
It's too hot and clammy.
Oh,
'Cause
that
it's a
noise
rainforest.
goes off every hour, and all these thunderstorms. I can't work under these conditions. It plays havoc with me sinuses.
Now, let's not be glib.
I'm not being glib.
I started it, I'm sorry.
I wonder if this was a either nationwide or even European-wide protest of rainforest cafes, plural, or whether
Does it affect the
just-
dinosaur
or would-
restaurant
if it was-
in Disney Springs?
yeah, or whether it was just the Paris one. I don't know, but I mean, God bless the French. They really, really know how to pick it, don't they? Or do they? Do they get the results? Or is it
I hope
a
so.
national pastime? Yeah, I hope so too. So yeah, that's all I've got to say about that.
Yeah.
The employees were picketing Rainforest Cafe. Does anyone know what their working conditions were? No, we're still talking about 100 years of Disney.
Anytime I've been there, it's been ridiculously busy and crowded.
I think it was quite quiet when we went, but we often kind of go for lunch at 12:05 and get the first in on a lunch rush. Anyway, apparently Rainforest is next to go after Planet Hollywood. Interesting, because they're starting renovating from that end of the village, aren't they? So I can imagine it would be. The thing is, though, what I remember from being a kid is walking through the village from our hotel and seeing that mushroom. No idea that Rainforest Cafe was a chain. And I just thought that toadstool or mushroom was just one of the most magical things about Disneyland Paris, because it was one of the first things I saw. And it just absolutely like...
Crocodile. Kids love the crocodile.
Yeah.
Oh, my word.
And I had particularly good food there, but I always get a big bowl of creamy pasta. That's my thing. But I remember it being really delicious. Rude waiter. But maybe he didn't have very good working conditions. Maybe that's why he was in a bad mood.
Yeah, our review was good food, terrible waiter, we said, didn't we?
Terrible
I don't think it was.
service, yeah.
It was just. I think it was rude and a bit incompetent. Yeah, it might have been an off day. He might have, well, it's probably not there anymore, but yeah. That was just one person, one trip, but it wasn't great.
No, but I would definitely eat there again. A little pricey for what you get, but I would. We're in Disneyland Paris, you know what I mean? You can't start quibbling over the price of pasta,
Mark
can
says apparently Rainforest is next to go after Planet Hollywood.
Yeah. You're doing that thing
Yeah.
again. Hugh.
What?
You're doing that thing again.
Oh, where I'm looking at... You've already said this, have you?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
But I accepted it because I thought you were reading the next bit that he'd said about Disney.
Right, I probably was. This thing, people, if you don't know what we're talking about, I'm often reading the chat, and then I say something from the chat that someone's already mentioned. And then at first they thought I wasn't listening. Well, I'm not listening, but it's because I'm reading the chat. You know? And I defy anyone to do what I do. I defy you. And I'm a great multitasker. But you can't hear two things, can you? I'm just defensive now. Listen, Daryl says hi from Monday morning in Australia.
We didn't say that. Carry on.
Is it Halloween there, Darryl? You've got to Halloween before us.
Unless it's Austria, and it happens to be Monday morning in Austria. No, because he just put AUS. We're flying out from Australia. Oh, there you go. Okay. In case there was any doubt. On Christmas Day, heading to DLP.
Excellent.
Particularly to see some of our Aussie dancers / cats.
Oh, very
nice.
good. That's good.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Also, guys, I don't know if you know, but apparently Rainforest is next to go after Planet Hollywood.
Is he?
So I also do that usually as well. I say something twice on purpose.
Yeah.
Magical by Sarah's looking for tickets for us. And they are £37. It feels like kismet, doesn't it? We kind of have to. But she says that if it was up to her, she'd pay the extra £13 to be on the ground floor.
Yeah. Oh, Mark's making the same joke as me in the chat. He says, "Hey, Hugh, apparently Rainforest is next." Yeah, that's just a coincidence.
That's very meta.
Emily says, unfortunately, we don't have much Halloween celebrations in Oz, starting to become more popular. Do you know, I don't think we did until about, what do you reckon, about 8 years ago?
Yeah, it just seems to have suddenly happened, doesn't it? I mean, we always did trick-or-treating, but it was never a big deal. It wasn't E.T. It wasn't the scenes in E.T.
No.
And then but now it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, it definitely is around here, but I organise it to be like that.
And we moved on to a family orientated estate as well, and I think everybody
That's a laugh.
Oh. And I think everyone just kind of like gets into it for the kids.
Yeah, but then everybody who lives nearby learns about it and comes to it as well. That's what we found in our...
Well, I always say for security reasons, don't publicise this event, please. Because there's hundreds of houses in this area, so it's like I don't know why you would deliberately go like, come on, come all. You know, there's enough of us. Like, I don't want.
Also, it's good
everyone coming
by 7:30. Everything's done, isn't it?
It really is. We do ours from 6:30 till 8, and last 45 minutes there's no one knocking. It's a brief thing.
Magical by Sarah says, when is your next trip? 37 Disney Street, USA or DLP? None of us have got any DLP trips booked, which feels a little...
But we're going to Walt Disney World in February.
We are. And I think I've mentioned before, I'm doing a university course. And so, unfortunately, that's likely to be it until next June when the course finishes. But then we're hoping we will go to DLP in August again. That will be the longest we've been without going to Disneyland Paris since 2016, I think.
Excuse me.
It'll be a year. We'll have gone a whole year without going. But we will continue to keep up with the news. We are going to Walt Disney World, and then hopefully life will return to normal. And I will put some letters after my name, and we can all carry on being Disney fans. Yay!
We won't go next year. I don't think we may go the year after. It's just
Unless Run
the way
Disney gets
things are.
announced.
If Run Disney suddenly announced, then yeah, I'll push out the stops and try and do it. But I'd like to go with my brother and family, but I just don't think it's feasible. We'd normally wait 18 months in between anyway, so there you go. Mark says, Chris, were you doing the Addams Family hands? I'm trying. It's not working very well.
Does anyone remember the Oceans SNES Addams Family game? Well, it started out like this, right? This is no good for listeners, but
There's a hand. It's reaching up. It's turning round and beckoning. And now it's disappeared.
Very
You
effective.
like the audio commentary there?
Right.
It would have been thanks. It would have been better if I was in the middle and not off to the side.
As far as news is concerned, that's all she wrote.
That is all she wrote.
So, Chris, what are we doing now?
Well, we were going to head into the parks and have a little bit of a mooch around, weren't we?
Yeah.
Um,
I've
I-
yeah.
Sorry, I was just going to say, and we're not doing extra magic time tonight, which means we can go on a little bit longer if we want to.
A little bit longer.
longer.
I've suggested that rather than do a usual virtual day in the park, we do it after hours. So it's night time. But there are guests there, but they're zombies. And there are cast members, but they're zombies.
Do they eat
There's only
brains?
one cast member.
Oh, yeah, there's one cast member
Just
who
one cast member that
magically appears everywhere we
you
go. Yeah. And there's zombies everywhere. So it's pretty much similar to how it is in the day.
But do the zombies eat brains? Because that would change the trip considerably.
No, but they're going, coffee, and clogging up all the queues in every cafe because they want a hot drink. I've started already. Our perfect day in the park, I've ruined it. So basically, it's a normal day, but it's at night.
And there's guests, but there's zombies.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's only one cast member.
Yeah. So it's kind of similar to to how it normally is.
Hugh's optimism is on display. Hugh was hypothesising today what kind of a driver he would be if he learnt to drive, and he ranted for about 10 minutes, and then the summary was, so really I think it's better for everyone that I don't learn to drive. And I'm like,
Oh, it really is.
yeah.
It is, though.
Right.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd be having road rage
I
incidents
don't have
all
the
over, wouldn't
temperament.
you?
I'm not an angry person, but I'm arrogant.
Right. Shall we enter by
The park.
yeah.
We've just parked up under one of those solar panels, and it's night time, so it's not actually doing any benefit.
And
whatsoever.
are we choosing to go to the studios or in fact we do choosers, don't we? So who's going first?
You can go first, Lucy, as you asked the question.
Okay.
Oh, is it that easy?
Today it is.
Okay.
I am choosing for the beginning of the evening to go to the studios park
Interesting.
Wow.
to check out Avengers Campus at night.
Oh yeah, Friday is a bit good.
We've only been during the day.
Good
Yeah.
idea, yeah. So what, we're going to just mooch around there? Or do you want to do a ride there? Or
Well, that's my first choose. Now it's you.
Well,
So now
should we
we're-
get a
now
massive
we're in
chocolate
there.
bar while we're there?
Oh, the horror. The Halloween horrors
Go
of trying to get a
visit
chocolate
the
bar.
zombies.
There really were
Oh,
zombies in
dear.
there.
Yeah. If you don't know what we're talking about, just check out
Go and buy one.
our playlist of on this channel of family trips. So what was it called? And the most recent one for Avengers Campus that I posted, I explain it in there. So yeah, should we do that? Should we go get a chocolate bar?
I think it'd be nice to go get chocolate.
I think it
bar.
would. Yeah. And also not just after a meal because I didn't really want it. I mean, we split it between three of us, and it's quite large, but between three of us, it was about one mouthful
Yeah,
each.
like a bite each.
But I didn't even want that because it was so rich, and I was so full from the meal. But now maybe I could enjoy it. So we're going in hungry.
Are we having one each then?
Yeah.
€15 shop.
Yeah.
Wow. How long is it going to take for that to come out?
Oh dear.
So
Yep.
I quite liked, after we'd been in there last time, we walked out of Avengers Campus down the back.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that because it brings you out into a bit of the park that you don't have any need to go near at all at the moment. So let's wander around there, and then is there anything else to do in the studios, really?
Yes.
Tower of Terror.
There's an obvious one for Halloween.
Oh yeah, Tower of Terror. Yeah, okay.
We've got to do Tower
We'll
of
go
Terror.
to Tower of Terror. Yeah,
Got to
Okay.
do it. I know it's your
Excellent.
choice, but you go in there.
Yeah, but then this would be entirely like when I went on Flight Force. The only reason I went on Flight Force was because you guys were going, and so I egged myself on. I would not go on that ride on my own, and the boys wouldn't go on it
The
either. so I
look on
couldn't
your
persuade them to do it,
your
so.
two faces, just as like we're the gates had opened, we were just about to step into the vehicle. You two
You
looked.
both-
I had nervous laughter going on.
Yeah, you and nervous laughter. Lucy just looked horrified. But Tower of Terror, when we took Bonnie on, it wasn't like she was screaming or she looked scared. She
did
just
this.
had this kind of stoic, slightly worried expression on her face. She looked haunted. She genuinely looked haunted. And when we got off, she said, "I am never, going on that again.
Before one of you chooses to leave the studios, I'm going to insist that we go back into Avengers Campus and meet zombie Captain America, because I'm quite sure he would be out
Interesting.
this night.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else to do. But no, let's go back to Tower of Terror. Let's just talk about it a bit more.
Okay.
I think it's a good thing to do for Halloween.
I do on Halloween.
I agree, it's a good thing to do on Halloween. I can't talk about it particularly because I haven't done it.
I mean, it's not like... For
Took me years to
for
do
me,
that.
Halloween is suburb-based. I mean, people might be city-based. You know, they might have a totally different experience, but it just feels suburb-based to me. But this isn't. This is like a hotel. So it's a different kind of Halloween feeling, but it's definitely spooky.
And you also get to look across the park as well in the dark, which would be pretty good.
I have a question for you about it then. So with me and roller coasters, what I've discovered is roller coasters inside, I am far less bothered about than climbing up to the top of something and being able to see the whole flipping world in front of you. Now, I know that opens out and at times and you can see everything, but the majority of it's enclosed. So will I find that better or worse than going on the parachute drop?
Well, my choice is going to be worse than that, Chris, because we're all going on RC Racer.
We're all going
Oh
on
no!
RC Racer.
Yes, Lucy.
That's one of the Disneyland Paris rides I've never done. I've
I'd
no
forgotten about
interest
that.
in
Do you know
doing.
what? It's great.
No.
I'd actually
Oh,
forgotten
no.
about that ride. I'll go on it.
Yeah, we're going. It's good fun. It gives you the giggles. Well, it is kind of terrifying. Like you just think, well, it's just a ride that goes side to side, like a I don't know,
It's like an old pirate
like
ship.
Three
from-
fifths of a
yeah.
circle. But I really enjoyed it. I've only been on it once, but it was really good. Do you know what the real terror was? We should have done the tram tour at night. So you'd be able to see even less. So maybe not do that
Really cars
unless
road
one
trip
of you wants to pick it. So Lucy,
Yeah.
what do you want to do next then?
So we're by RC Racer.
Yeah.
Am I not getting a second?
Well, hang on. Lucy said.
you,
I think
you
Lucy's.
saw on your first
I think
thing.
Lucy's zombie.
Oh, yeah.
Lucy's
Yeah.
Lucy's zombie one should be now
Oh.
because she cut in and said we're doing that, so you should be now.
Oh, it's
I didn't cut in because I did it
It's
after.
Hugh that had a second turn before yours.
You did Tower of Terror. I said go see Zombie Captain America, and then you said RC Racer.
Hang on a minute. Let back up.
So it is my turn then.
Right. So here's what happened. Lucy wanted to go to the Avengers campus.
Yeah.
Then Chris.
No, then you, because we're going that way. You wanted a chocolate bar.
No, Chris said, "Shall we?"
Ah.
But then I
It
was.
was still your choice.
Was it mine?
It was.
Oh, I
Your choice.
felt like it was yours.
Just
and
like you goaded me into going on Tower of
No,
Terror.
but see this thing. I thought it was your choice, and we agreed. But I thought, well, that's not a full choice. So then we kind of you got a half one
Oh,
because
okay.
we pushed you onto Tower of Terror.
So basically, Hugh, this is your manipulative way of using choices
No.
to your own advantage. This is what he does in real life.
Yep.
It's not. Listeners and
I've had enough from going
viewers.
home.
I've only chosen RC Racer and I've supported the other ones. What else have I done?
Chocolate bar.
Chocolate bar.
No, but that was Chris's suggestion, and I just said yes. I thought 'cause
Okay.
at that point,
But I was
I thought, oh,
joking
we're
about
going that
it.
way. You were joking.
So whose turn
Well,
is it
this
now?
your turn. It's fine.
Well, that giant chocolate bar is no joke, especially
No,
trying to get
I
one.
think that's fine. But I think we're all pretty much in agreement up to this point in time. So let's go back to
And
Lucy.
Oh,
no,
God.
this is the point where we all storm
I
out
thi-
of the park
this is the
and
point,
go back
yeah.
to our separate
Where I go,
hotel
fine.
room and don't talk.
Fine,
again.
I'm going to go do Ratatouille on my
That's
own. And I don't even like Ratatouille, the ride.
So whose chooses it now?
I don't know.
Just have it. Go. You go.
Okay. I choose to go to the toilet near Ratatouille because it's one of the good ones.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't need to go to the toilet.
Lucy
And-
had sunglasses stolen in there.
I did.
Lit-
Well,
lit-
stolen.
Ones that you didn't
yeah.
like. Is that
Come
what
on,
it is?
Lucy. Literally, the person who followed Lucy in came out and Lucy said, well, there's some sunglasses. And she shrugged and said, no. But they were in a handbag. They were.
Because you rummaged through
Does-
it.
So
Unless she'd flushed them.
we have to be sensible
She
about
stole
these
them.
things. No, it's not my turn. It's Chris's turn, isn't it?
Have you used the toilet?
I've been to the toilet.
Now, we've done RC Racer, which was me.
Yeah.
and then you've gone to the
No, but
toilet.
then it goes
Oh,
back
right,
to
okay.
Chris again. Oh.
Right, in which case, I'm going to do something that I wouldn't normally do. And I figure that whilst we're doing studios,
This is a mess.
we might as well go on Chris's coaster.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
Yes.
do I have to? Can I not
Yeah.
just? That's why I went
Maybe
to
we
the
go when you
toilet.
went to the toilet.
Yeah, you go on that one.
Should
I
we
go
on
to the
whilst
toilet,
we're in 'Cause I don't do the toilet.
and I'll hold your bags.
Pauline says, I agree, Charlotte. RC Racer was our favourite. So Charlotte says, RC is brilliant. There's always so many unexpected people thinking it's just for kids and
It
just
looks it.
screaming their lungs out.
It goes over as well, doesn't it? It's not just straight
Shout
up.
your lungs out.
It actually angles back, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, like I say, it's about 3/5 of a circle. So
Yeah.
it goes over a tiny bit.
I've got one I want to do now, and it's not my turn. I've just been to the toilet.
Well,
So
shouldn't
what's
have
your
wasted your
choose?
choose.
Write it
Go
down
to the toilet.
and like write it down, and then we'll see if I.
Just say it. Tell us what you're thinking of doing, and then
And then
you can decide
and
if you want to do it
manipulate
or not.
Hugh. Yeah.
Just like you did with us earlier.
So is it my turn?
I want to go and do a little Halloween photo shoot by the Scream Factory thing.
Ooh, no.
The Monsters Inc.
think
So we're leaving the studios.
Oh no! But I wanted the photo. I wanted the photo by the door with
That's
the
not.
Scream
That's
thing.
not going to be my choice. You're
No,
having a laugh.
don't leave the studios though, because I want that to be my
There's
choice.
nothing left.
Oh,
All right, we'll do.
we haven't done web
We'll
slingers.
do web slingers. It's got cobwebs in it, I suppose.
Okay, and then I want to have a spooky Halloween shoot where we're screaming into the canisters, please.
Now, see all this talk about me being manipulative before. You see how malleable I am, and So
Yeah,
there
no,
we go.
okay.
You know what I mean?
Is it my turn now?
Yes.
Yeah.
We're leaving the studios. We're going for a bit of a walk.
Okay.
because
I'm conciliatory.
We're going to head down to the Pirates of the Caribbean because it feels like it's about time. It was a bit bad of me, I guess, that we didn't head towards Phantom Manor first because it was on the way, but
Well, that's going to be mine next.
Is it?
Just a leap ahead.
excellent.
Yeah. Well, I
Well,
like
this
I
is
like
quite
this
long.
idea. Yeah, it's long. I like this idea. Mind you, since we're down there and we're enjoying Pirates of the Caribbean, we'll probably do it twice.
Double dip.
We might as well explore the caves afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
So that'll be mine. We're going to do the caves. We're just doing all the spooky things.
Are the zombie pirates going to be there?
Oh, yeah. There's going to be zombie
Oh.
pirates and zombie guests.
Zombie guests and
Yeah.
zombie pirates.
Mhm.
Are they the running kind of zombies, by the way? We never discussed this.
No, they're the
Are they
slow-moving
the walkie
ones.
zombies, right.
They're the Walking Dead type,
Yeah.
which you can outwalk, yet everyone gets bitten by them. And they all sound like this.
We still haven't finished Walking Dead. Hugh's getting very cross.
I said today, I will enjoy the last episode because I know it'll be over. Because we can't stop now. We've only got a handful left. But I do not like that show. It's rubbish. It's not good. It's insulting to watch.
I think because there's
Treat us
only
like
one
idiots.
cast member and it's a special after hours thing and there's only zombies around, I think that the pirate galleon will probably be open. And if it's not, I'm feeling naughty and I think we should vault it
Well, hang on.
and explore the pirates galleon.
This is
for a
our
bit.
fantasy thing. If
is
it's
open.
open, it's open.
Because it's fancy. It was open when I was a kid and used to go. I'm not sure when they shut it, but for my purposes tonight, the Pirates Galleon is open and we're going to have a little romp around the Pirates Galleon. Oh yeah.
That sounds ace. I want to do that. That sounds good.
You come with me.
Oh, well, no, I'm gonna come with you.
Well, yeah, we're all going to do it. Whose go is it now?
Chris's.
Is it actually my go?
Yeah.
I think so.
Come on, Chris. You know what to do.
I mean,
Come on.
we haven't been to Phantom.
There it is. There it is. I'll tell you what.
I always want to go on Phantom Manor.
Yeah.
Always want to go on it.
Okay. Let's do that.
I wanted it to be my ride of choice last time we visited.
It's the centerpiece of the night, I think,
The
to
evening.
do this at Halloween.
and
So we're going to enjoy it, man.
a zombie what's her face is wandering about the gardens with a candlestick.
Oh, Melanie
Melanie
Ravenswood.
Ravenswood, yeah.
Mm.
So they
Yeah.
get bitten by her.
Yeah.
And I think, it's not my turn.
And while we're there, just to augment your idea, Chris, we're going to spend some time once we get out of the stretch room, enjoying looking around. We don't just head straight for the doom buggies. We hang back. Let those
Yes.
people fight it out. We hang back. We enjoy the paintings and the statues. And we get on at our own pace, but
And
not too
it's-
long because the next group will be right behind us.
But it stops
Top
halfway up the
tip.
hill. So you
It's-
can have a nose pick.
Yeah, so you can have a rummage around, clear your sinuses out, that's the best because you've been together for on holiday for ages. You're not had time to have a scratch or an ear pick.
Do we have three
When the ride
separate
breaks
Doom
down-
buggies, given that there's only adults?
No.
No, we're all crushed on one.
Are
Yeah.
we really? Oh.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Can I have my
You're in the
own?
middle.
I-
just squashed in the middle.
Do you know what happens? We're all squashed in one, and I'm sat on the left. I'm always sat on the left. And at one point, it goes a bit dark. And when the light comes back on, you look at me, and I'm a skeleton.
Right, is it my turn?
Yeah, go on then.
Okay, so I'm going to augment.
That was
I'm
just for the
gonna
viewers.
Augment this ride a little further because if we can make anything happen, I think we're going to break down. But this time we're going to break down right next to the Grim Grinning Ghosts
Okay.
because that never happened.
Yeah, do you
Well,
know
it did
what?
last time, did it? Did it?
I think it happened in Florida.
We always break down. It's the blooming demon
Grim
dog,
Ghosts.
and I hate
Well,
that
yeah,
demon
it's not
dog.
breakdown, is it? It's when they have to slow the ride to let guests on or off,
Yeah,
people
yeah,
with
yeah,
access needs or something. So it's not really a breakdown, is it? It's just a little pause. Good news, they say, good news. And then it gets going again. But the Grim Grinning Ghost bit is my favourite bit, and it feels like a big part of that ride, but you fly by it.
Yeah.
You barely see it. You
Yeah,
get like
yeah.
half a verse of it, and it's gone. I feel
Just
like
want to hear a bit more.
I feel like it should be in the middle, and you should go around it slowly. Like you do with the with Madame Leota.
Yeah.
Even if you didn't,
Yes, I
even if
agree.
you don't get to do that, I feel like the vocal side of it should continue further in.
Yeah.
That little bit,
Yes.
so you can actually hear them
Yeah.
singing it a bit more
Because the music does, but the vocals fade out, don't they?
Yeah.
until you get down into the underworld.
I think we actually break down in front of that demon dog.
No.
That happened last time, didn't it?
It
does
did
happen
once
once, yeah.
for
That
us.
actually did happen to us last time.
And it
I
was
did
it took it was ages, and how the Doom buggies actually rotate. It just rotated with me and Bonnie just like square at the demon dog, and I really hate that demon dog.
David stopped at the Ghost last time and got a great video.
Aw.
Grim Grinning Ghosts, the singing busts.
It's back to you, Chris. You managed to get 2 in a row because we
Is it
both
Chris?
augmented yours. Or does the augmentation not
No,
matter?
that's just part of the story.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
It's my turn.
Okay.
It's my turn. And we're going to go to the scariest ride in the entire park. And that is Snow White's. You thought I was going to say Small World, but no. That'd be too obvious. It's Snow White.
Yeah.
Because that is just a ghost train
The
through
kids will not go on
through
that.
a haunted woods. Bonnie hates it.
That gets a lot. You see a lot on message boards of people saying, I took my 4-year-old on Snow White and now they can't sleep. Now they're in therapy.
And that breaks down when the witch turns around.
Yeah. It's great effect.
That's where it breaks down.
All right.
That's
That's where it breaks down for us.
I am going to say we come straight out of that and go on Pinocchio because we probably go on Snow White twice as much as we go on Pinocchio because for some reason it always has like a 10-minute longer wait. So if one is 25 minutes, the other one's 35. And so we always kind of wander up and look at the wait times and end up going on Snow White. So I want to go on Pinocchio just because I haven't been on it enough.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Sounds good.
And that's quite Halloweeny and scary as well.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
They are like ghost trains.
They are.
Do you know, one of the best ghost trains I've ever been on, I'm not sure how it would hold up now, was the Alton Towers one. It was like a proper like ghost train, which is what I thought Phantom Manor was. And the first time I went on it as an adult, I was disappointed. I've said this before, because it's a bit more sort of sophisticated and stylized, isn't it? And, it's more sort of historical, but I just wanted like a silly ghost ride, ghost train. But that's what Snow White is. But yeah, the Alton Towers one was good, I remember. I bet it's not. I was like 16, 15.
I was thinking about doing something really crap just for a laugh. So I was going to say we'll go on Lancelot's Carousel for 2.5 turns. But instead of doing that, what we're going to do is we're going to wander into the Tanier de Dragon and go and see Merlin's dragon.
Yes,
Yes.
we
Because
are.
again, it's a little bit scary, especially when it's dark. And if you're going through the back side of it instead of going through the front of the castle,
The backside of the dragon.
yeah, it feels a bit darker as you go in that way,
Stinky.
and it's much
Yeah.
more of a reveal as you come around the corner.
The entrance to the shop was open last time.
Don't make that gesture, Lucy, when I've just said backside of the dragon. Lucy's
Well, so if we're in the
My turn.
Oh,
Isn't it?
I really
Yeah.
want to go this way around. And
Well,
he
guys-
seems to be going that way around.
I'm hungry.
As long as we're consistent.
I'm hungry, guys.
Okay. What will eat you?
Well, I want some kind of Halloween snack.
Oh.
So
Is there going to be any available?
there is. We're going to be in luck. We're going to go and they're going to have everything we want. But what I want is some kind of... what do I want? I could give me anything. I'm just going to make up a Disney snack now.
Go on then.
It's going to be...
Turkey leg.
It's going to be... shortbread
With Nutella.
shaped. And it's going to be shaped like the old hag from Snow White. And it's going to be, but it's going to have pistachio and it's going to be green and with a Nutella fill. No, it's going to have a red filling. It's going to have a jam.
Well, I'm
you
going
have
to
to wait
have,
15 minutes because I'm having a coffee.
and I'm having a chocolate orange pumpkin cake pop.
Do you know what I had today? Well, it sounds very nice, Lucy. But I today had a sour apple frappuccino from Starbucks. And it
Ooh.
felt very Snow White-ish.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Yeah, we had to go to 2 until I found one.
2.5, I'd say.
Almost
I drove
3.
into the car park of one and then drove out again. Oh no, I just drove past it.
Does this food outlet, does it have popcorn?
If you like.
Cool. In which case, I've got my poison apple popcorn holder with me.
You
And
get
I'm
a
gonna
refill.
that filled up, yeah. And it's the glow in the dark is charged up suitably that it's popping.
Isn't that the one
dark.
that's on the bottom of this screen?
It is,
now?
yeah. It is that. It is very much like that.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay, so we've eaten. Whereabouts is this place, by the way? Which place is it?
Paris.
Is it my turn next?
Paris, Chris?
I think it's my turn now. Yeah, where have we gone for food?
I don't know.
Bottom of Main Street.
Somewhere on Main Street.
Somewhere on Main Street. Okay, so I want to go into Discoveryland now, and we're going to go on Autopia with no queue.
Spooky.
However, no, I'm making it spooky because I can do what I want because it's my fancy day, and all the zombie guests have made it onto the Autopia track, and they are spooking out of the shrubbery, so it becomes kind of a ghost train Autopia experience, which, by the way, they should do as a Halloween overlay.
Now, I would hanker a guess that whilst you might be able to outwalk a zombie, you couldn't outdrive one in an Autopia car.
That's true, but they're not brain-eating zombies. They're just part of the scenery.
Like you get in Primark on a busy Saturday.
Yeah.
Have I made enough jokes about people being like zombies? David says Alton Towers Haunted House is being redone at the moment and looks promising.
Ooh.
I want to check that out. Pauline says I was really looking forward to Grim Grinning Ghosts and we didn't get enough of it. We did explore Boot Hill after though. There should be more at Boot Hill, I think. It's not a great deal there, is there?
I like Boot Hill though. I like it, and
I'd like
it's
there to
become
be-
a bit of a tradition that we always go up there.
I'd like it to be twice as much to look at though. Because what is there really?
Well, yeah, I like to just stand and watch Big Thunder go around and wait for the geyser to go off.
Mark, the sour apple frappuccino was very nice. Very nice indeed. I'd have it again, but it's probably over now. Well, maybe tomorrow you'll be able to get one on Halloween day.
I might have to take a trip.
So, Chris, I've taken us to Autopia.
Well, as we're in the general vicinity, I can't even speak. General vicinity, we ought to do something Star Wars, didn't we?
Yeah.
But which? Oh. Where would your preference be?
Hang on, which Star Wars thing? Oh, right. Well,
Do we go meet Darth Vader? Is that more Halloweeny than going on a ride?
I haven't taken my Dramamine.
who's the most Halloweeny Star Wars character?
Hang on.
The Emperor?
Oh no, Jabba the Hutt has replaced them. Has replaced Chewbacca on our
What?
fancy day.
Oh,
Right,
so
okay.
is that a real thing?
But hang on a second, because Lucy just said she hasn't taken a Dramamine. So actually, if we want something really scary, we need to go on on
Hyperspace Mountain.
Why
don't
would
we?
you do that to me?
You did it to yourself. That's what we're doing.
You do it to yourself. Okay,
So Lucy's violently sick
on Hyperspace
on
Mountain.
Hyperspace Mountain.
And then, oh, it's not my turn. I'm confused.
No, and then afterwards, we're going to do the most terrifying thing I can think of. We're going to have a main meal in the Hyperion. And do you know what?
Do you know what? It's fine.
I like the food in
It'd be
Hyperion.
like a Halloween burger,
I
wouldn't
like it. Yeah.
Is there a Halloween show on?
Yeah, go on then.
So
But everyone likes,
I
I
reckon
think it's fine in
a
there.
black burger bun with pumpkin
I like
slaw
going in
on
there.
the burger.
I like weird things though, don't I, dear?
No, I like Hyperion. The thing is, food-wise, there's more interesting places to go. But I like it. I like when there's shows on, and you can always get a table.
Is it a visiting troupe doing a show, by the way? Are they from Australia?
Maybe. Someone asked us a question earlier.
Oh,
Who was it?
That's odd.
Who asked us? It was Mark Chester. Oh no, he's asked 2 questions because it says question 2. His first question was, which are the best walk-in restaurants?
As in that you don't need a reservation for.
I guess so, yeah. I like... Go on.
Go on.
Well, I mean, the Lucky Nugget straddles your quick service table service thing, so that is walk-in. So that's like definite.
Might be a
Now,
queue though.
There might be a queue. You can't guarantee walk-ons anywhere really. I'd say for your buffet one, Cafe Agrabar's your best chance of getting a walk-in.
Good one.
But we've successfully got walk-ins at Captain Jack's, and if you've never been to Captain Jack's, I just think you gotta, basically.
Yeah.
And
Always
you
try.
can get walk-ins there.
We do get a lot of questions, people saying, what restaurant, do I have to book everything? It's always worth a try.
Yeah, just go for it.
Give it a go. There was a guy with a clipboard outside Captain Jack's, and we would have got in, but we looked at the menu and there was nothing for Bonnie. But we did go another time and we found something for her. She didn't eat it though.
Aaron says that it's their choir doing a show in the Hyperion.
Oh, are you scary?
They are. Well,
Can you
it's
be
Aaron's
scared?
zombie choir.
Yes, they are the undead choir.
Aaron's zombie.
What does a zombie choir sound like?
Do you know what, guys? It's knocking on a bit. I think it's time to final choices.
Final choice.
Whose go is it? So we've just had a meal, thanks to me.
Meal and a show
And a show.
at the Hyperion.
The Hyperion.
I need to get a Halloween merch. I love shopping. We haven't shopped so far, and I'm not doing it in Discoveryland. So I'm just going straight down Main Street to the Emporium.
Nice.
No.
Too late, Chris.
I think it's more Halloweeny to go to Thunder Mesa Mercantile.
Oh yeah.
Let's go to Thunder Mesa Mercantile for some shopping.
Okay. And then it's my turn.
Yes.
And then we're going home.
Yes.
We're going back on Phantom Manor.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, because we're in Frontierland anyway, so it's only around
Yeah,
the corner.
boy.
And it's on the way
We're
out.
not going on Big Thunder.
And do you know what? If there's a do you know what?
No, we're not now.
If there's a cheeky Jack skeleton meat, well, let's do that. Go on,
yeah.
go on.
Yeah, why not?
Even though I don't do meats, go on, we'll do that. Go
And
on.
do you not want to wander up to Cowboy Cookout, see if Oogie Boogie's still there?
Boogie boogie
We're going home.
man.
We just had this conversation. It was my choice. My choice.
I'd quite like to go on the Molly Brown as well, because if we're the only ones on
that's too
and it's
much.
dark and there's like some spooky
Well, you had plenty of time
sounds.
to do that, didn't you, when you went to the toilet?
How long do you think I wait for?
Long enough for us to go and crush his coaster.
Well, yeah. Right. Okay.
We all crushed
so
it that-
We've
that
all
day.
fallen out. We're going home in a huff. It's another great day at Disneyland
Another great
Paris.
fantasy day in which we can do anything, but we ended up having a terrible time. It's always the
I've
way.
had a good night.
This is the way.
Oh, you must be grumpy.
Which hotel are we going back to?
Oh, what's the spookiest hotel? That one we stayed at in Valderup.
The Campanile that I stayed in.
I think that we get to stay in the partially constructed
But-
Disneyland hotel.
Budget Ibis.
That would be spooky.
No. Somehow, because with our last ride was Phantom Manor, it stops and we realise everyone's gone home and they don't realise we're on the ride and we spend the night in Phantom Manor.
Okay, guys, thank you for joining us for another Disneyland
that it?
No,
Paris show.
you can't do
You've
this.
been-
No, you genuinely you cannot do this to me because the buttons aren't working, so I can't switch out that quickly. I need some kind of warning.
We had an answer to who is the most Halloween character, and who isn't it? Says it's Darth Vader.
It's Darth Vader.
So there we go.
I feel like
It's been
that
decided.
warrants a long discussion. However, I also quite like,
like
that
it,
that's
that-
just the last
yeah.
last comment on the chat.
Yeah, I do.
I
The
don't know
most
what's gonna
Halloween
happen.
character is Darth Vader, I
Chris
think.
doesn't know what's going to happen.
So said who is Nate.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what's going to happen when I press finish, so we'll have to see what happens. We're going to try and figure it out.
So thank you all very much for joining us for another Disneyland Paris show. Remember to like and subscribe this video. I have been Lucy. These have been the boys. Bye bye.
See you later.